Alright, this is the second video from New Deal Begins. This is getting support. Now, the New Deal programs, as they were called, were divided into the 3 R's. We had relief, which is direct assistance to the poor, recovery, stimulating the economy to get it rolling again, or reforming, government policies to prevent another economic collapse. Now, many of his programs actually were a combination of all 3, so it wasn't just like one of these things there. Now, relief, we would call that welfare today. That's money on direct assistance to the poor. And in fact, if you remember from Cinderella Man I showed you in class, Jim Braddock actually went and had to go to the relief office and ask for money. A big humbling experience, if anything else. Okay? Now, the federal alphabet game. Okay? Generally, we call his New Deal programs the alphabet soup. We have the AAA, we have the CCC, we have the CWA, the PWA, the TVA, FDIC, SEC, many other ones, IRA, I could keep going. But generally it's a nickname for his programs because people are just like, it's like the alphabet soup. It's just like he keeps creating these programs. Okay, where are they being paid for? And that's a really good question we're going to answer here in a minute. Now, most of these programs relied on dole payments. Dole payment is a one-time lump sum. In particular, the relief payment. So if you went to the relief office, you were given a one-time payment. You weren't able to go every week and get this kind of cash settlement. They give it to you once and say, okay, this is what you got. You got to use it wisely and make it work. Don't waste it. That'd be something difficult for society today to understand. Now, FDR also comes up with the idea, I need support for my programs, and so he's going to do a series of fireside chats. They were done over the radio, in which he's going to talk about the New Deal programs, what it's designed to do with the Depression, and moralic support for the American economy. This is kind of morphed into what we call the State of the Union now. State of the Union addresses are basically a modern fireside chat. And so that's important that the president get out and talk. And it's also why we expect to know what the president is doing in office right now, because FDR kind of sets that standard, and everyone's going to want to keep going with it. FDR, one of the things he promised, kind of a lesser thing, was, I'm going to end prohibition. The 21st Amendment is passed. Okay, this actually ends prohibition. Now, wait, remember that 18, remember? You shouldn't drink. And I say shouldn't drink because it's not legal, etc. And don't tell me if you do or not, because I don't want to hear any transgressions or anything. The 21st, you are legal to drink, okay? So 18, no drinking, prohibition. 21 Amendment, drinking is okay, much like 18 and 21-year-olds, okay? Maybe a way to remember it. Now, with all that in place and all these things going on, what is the first thing FDR is going to do? He closed the bank of an entire nation. We call this a bank holiday. Now, some people panicked, but a bank holiday, you cannot withdraw or deposit money. He's basically holding the money that exists. Now, he did this for a purpose. Now, in the next video, you'll see what that purpose is. And it was basically to fix the problems he saw in banking. He said the banks were our #1 priority, then we're going to worry about businesses and the people, how we go into it. But we need people to feel confident that the banks are there for them so we can get this money circulating and get things going again, okay? Second video about New Deal Begins.